some time for hate. Never take a second of bullshit. Make them come at you straight. Somebody will catch you running, coming from a vegetable fate. Everybody has a purpose, something that can deviate. Feed the adrenaline, keep coming back again. Feed me until the end. I'm turning venomous. Feed me adrenaline. Lately I can see the colors changing my invisible face. I can feel you hold me under. Nobody can feel the play. Come here just a little closer. Let me feel the breath on me. I'll tie you up for a reason. You're someone I will always need. Feed me adrenaline. Keep coming back again. Feed me until the end. I'm turning venomous. Feed me adrenaline. Feed me adrenaline. Keep coming back again. Feed me until the end. I'm turning venomous. Feed me adrenaline. Feed me adrenaline. With all of our hearts, it pulls me in. Without a doubt or a second chance, and both of us will make our way. Without doubt, don't be ashamed. Pick up the pace. It will not be long to finish out. Don't hesitate. They're all the same. It will not be long to finish out. And maybe this time you will see the difference between them and me. With all of our hearts, it pulls me in. Without a doubt or a second chance, and both of us will make our way. Without them.
Hello. CS greetings, CS Goers. It's me, Extremes, and you're joining myself and Prophecy for some ESEA main in Europe for tonight. Just trying to get everything working because it was a little bit impromptu to actually do the stream, but feeling really good about doing it nonetheless.
Yeah, it's going to be some interesting stuff, I guess.
Indeed it is. I think we'll get some video now. Let's see. There we go. Finally. Fantastic. Just let us know if you can hear everything well, guys, and let us know if everything looks okay and, of course, sounds okay as well. It should all be back to normal very soon. I think it is. I think it's good now. So, Prof, give us your thoughts on this game.
It's a bit of an interesting one. I mean, these teams haven't actually played each other. Obviously, that is how ESEA works. So, I mean, Epsilon's looked slightly better than Fair. I mean, Tricked at this point, sitting at 5-1, so they're much higher up on the table of 140-something teams, which I suppose is it's difficult to say exactly how they're going to match up. Epsilon has played their first Mirage game. They won pretty handily there against Team Refuse, but Tricked, they've yet to actually play many Mirages, and it's not the old Tricked that many would remember, that of Yugi and ESEA tag last year, or in 2016 actually. It's quite a while ago now, but
yeah.
Still kind of that like tier 3, tier 4 area of the Danish scene. It could be good, could be bad, we don't really know. Epsilon, of course, is the, well, it's the British stack, actually. So, I mean, there's lots of thoughts on that.
British CS? Is it a thing?
Well, I certainly think that Epsilon is going to be the next test, I would guess. So we are obviously the person who's put this team together. A little bit of controversy around that, but he has got himself Surreal from X Complexity, as well as I believe it's Cater. So those are the 3 British players. And well, can they make it happen? We don't know. It is, as I said, a test, and hopefully they can make it work. It's a bit of a cosmopolitan team. Cosmine coming from, I believe it's Belgium. And Cater coming... Oh, sorry, Cater is the other British player, and Zach from Greece. So Epsilon from all over the show, even though they have a Swedish flag.
Yeah, that's really interesting, actually. I think the Swedish flag is still a holdover from the old lineup that included the likes of Barbar and Freddie B and Rez and Disco Dofflin and Drake and those guys. And, of course,
yeah,
we
so
know...
no, basically.
Yeah, we know a couple of those players have gone on to bigger and better things, and some, like Disco Dofflin, have disappeared into the purgatory known as Godsend, from which good players never return, as was evidenced by Fnatic today in Star Series.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're getting out there quick, like Crims did, or Dennis, you're probably not getting out of there anytime soon.
Just on your microphone, bud, are you deep throating that thing, man?
Trying to.
Oh, are you on your gaming headset, not your broadcast headset? Ooh.
I am in, well, it's either that or I risk the potential Optimus Prime voice.
I don't know. I almost feel like that's a risk worth taking, but you never know. I guess we can stick with it. Sol, please bear with us, and if you don't want to bear with us, screw you, buddy. No, you know I love you. Don't worry. It's cool. We'll get underway here pretty soon, I'm sure. I saw the Epsilon organization as well as Smooya actually retweeted that we're casting this, so it'd be interesting to see who actually shows up in chat, and of course the fact that we actually started on time exactly on the dot, which is unusual in esports. People don't usually show up that early.
Oh, we haven't started yet, let's put it that way. We've got all the players on the server, which I suppose is a start. Looks like they're going to go live.
Hey, Abuse, how you doing? Hello, Tazzy, all the guys, thanks for joining.
Yeah, it's just the frag out at the moment. Everybody's making certain to get every amount of psychological advantage in. The knives and the sprays. But it does look like they are going to start out, and... Wait, have they changed team? No.
Well, it is Knife
Both teams
Runner.
have coaches.
Yeah, well, professional organizations, one would expect that. Knife round going on now. I'm sure whoever wins is going to want that CT side. That's where you want to start. And, of course, if you're confused as to what you're watching, this is ESEA Europe main. Thought we'd make it a little bit of a casting comeback with some EU action, and Epsilon making a comeback into top-level CS after the Swedish lineup with the largely British lineup winning the knife round, and they're going to probably be starting on the CT side, as we will see.
Yeah, that is how you basically play Mirage. Start CT every time you can. There are some crazy teams that will try the T side knowing that their CT is pretty much a bank, but It's a difficult situation right now, so most teams will start CT. Epsilon should be pretty good. Actually, one player actually running the P2K, that's interesting. One kit, one smoke on Surreal, and he will be going to the A site. Yeah, it's pretty traditional. Tricked getting off to an early start. Lots of smokes, which is very unusual on the CT pistols. So they will push in. They haven't actually spotted the player in Ninja, so this could go very south, and there we go. Smooya and Robin pick up the first 2 kills.
Yeah, that could have gone very south. We're in a 2v2 at the moment. The bomb plant was stopped as well. So in this sort of situation, it's going to be down to who can find those headshots. There is a little bit of utility here on Rixo, but will he be able to use it? He hasn't actually spotted the player under bulk there. Is he playing 4-3 maybe? Finally spots him out. They're going to be taking the fight here, and they will take him down. Lukey actually getting the kill. Bomb plant will come in now, and it's on Tack. What can he do? He gets the first. Bomb is down now. Manages to cross in a 1v1 situation here. Who's going to blink first?
Lukey has spotted Sack though, so he's got a lot more advantage. Sack doesn't actually have a kit. There is one available to him. He's going to have to make certain to take a bit of a fight here as Lukey and Sack dancing around the box right now. Sack swapped out, and what a shot. Just nails it in the face. Lukey goes down, and first round to Epsilon.
Sleep. I did like the balls on Lukey there with one bullet in the magazine, deciding to take the fight nonetheless, backing himself. Doesn't work out, but still very ballsy play. Epsilon take the round there, and they're setting themselves up well in the CT half, because of course you want to start out your economy on the best possible foot on a map that is slightly CT sided.
Yeah, Trick doing, I mean, it's pretty unusual that they're not actually buying anything up. These days you often see the buys, especially once the the bomb plant has been gone down. You see what they call the Cloud9 buy armor and an AK, but that's not going to happen. So Robin should be getting field day. Smooya and Robin will just clean up here. Cosme gets in on the action. Very, very easy. Tricked with a full eco. That is very unusual.
Yeah, I guess going for the strongest possible buy here with the AKs, which we will see coming out. And Smooya had the money there to upgrade to the AWP, so that's going to help them, considering they're hanging on to some less than ideal weapons going into this round.
Yeah, Trick running 5 AKs, so... Epsilon, I mean, they should be aware of this. There's no way you kill that many players that easily without realizing that something's up. So Epsilon will be trying to play close with the UMPs, try and do as much damage as they can here, but Tricked, very heavy focus on the A side in these first 3 rounds.
Maybe they've spotted some kind of weakness. Smooya spots a weakness on another play. Gets 2, in fact, with that AWP. He should get a 3rd. Misses the shot and gets put down. So in a 3v2, yeah, still a chance for Tricked, considering they've got the AKs, but Smooya doing big damage first up.
Yeah, and Robin's still alive, so Tricked can't really do a whole lot of anything. They do have the bomb under their control, though, so that is the one big plus. They've got the rotation out of Epsilon, but unfortunately so far away from the B side, they're going to have to run as quickly as they can. No knives, just running with the AK, so it will be slid on. Sack has been rotated, and they are also moving Cosmine. He's going to be the guy just spotting mid, able to back up either side, so that it does mean that Epsilon's always got 2 on any side, potentially, unless Sack gets wrecked pretty hard. Trick, trying a bit of a tricky thing here. Actually going to go lowers, but they will be spotted. Cosmine is well aware of the potential there.
Timing might not work out for him, though. He looks away at the moment that they're going to be crossing here. And they might have gotten through unseen. It just depends on the timing here through connector. What will they find as they move into this A site with 30 seconds on the clock? Everybody looking the wrong way at the moment. Nobody seeing anybody just yet. But I think Lukey's...
Yeah, Lukey should be the first one to be spotted, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to hear that utility as well. Cosmine might catch them in the back and does. He sprays both of them down. Great round from Epsilon, and Smooya there with the first up double kill from the AWP. Really making that round possible for Epsilon. Unfortunately for them, though, they didn't recover the AWP.
Yeah, they do have enough money to buy. Robin, luckily, had picked up the AK early in the round, so he had not actually gone down and able to buy another one for Smooya. But yeah, that was probably the 2 game-changing, or round-changing kills at the very least. The early frag, much like Fallen tends to do on Mirage, and then a wonderful flick there on the player pushing out of Palace. And I mean, you can't really fault them. That's pretty much how you should play against Norpes. Try to rush him with multiple positions. Unfortunately, Smooya is just more than up to the task.
There's a nice trade, at least, there from Snedker, taking down Cosmine. Meanwhile, Surreal in the A site, making sure there's no potential for the lurk there. And ooh, that nade could have done a bit more damage than it actually did in the end. Sometimes nades in this game are a bit deceptive, as is that boost there. Manages to spot the pixel. The numbers are fairly favorable here, but unfortunately the HP is not. Surreal gonna knock him down that extra little bit to put him down. Should get the next kill as well. Cleans it up there. Epsilon showing a clean pair of heals to Tricked at the moment.
Yeah, Tricked has, again, we didn't actually see any armor buys. Sometimes you will see an armor buy in the 4th round if you've lost the first gun. But Tricked playing very, very, I wouldn't say standard CS because it's long since been standard, but very 1.6-esque CS there, and hard ecos and very little purchases. This round will be the first time they have the offer out, and that'll be Rixo. I think I'm going to call him. That's a bit of a tricky name for me to say.
We'll go with that, and to answer your question, Camille, Prof is the co-caster. Because Camille always has questions. Lukey asking no questions this year. They're just dropping him down instantly, and they've got mid-control now. Epsilon going to be desperate for the trade. They're not going to get it. Rixo on the AWP there. The aforementioned player brings it into a 5v3. Epsilon on the back foot here and Tricked it for the first time. Looking like they've got a foothold in a round.
Yeah, and setting this up very, very well. This time they're going to be going towards the B side. They're heavy leaning there, but they don't actually have any lurkers. So this push from Surreal actually gives Epsilon more than enough info that it is likely going to be a B-side push. They've got a player in the window and only one holding the kitchen area, so Epsilon, their cash isn't looking fantastic at the moment across the entire board, so they have to be a bit careful here. Surreal, he should be getting the call now, or do they make the call to save? I think if Cosmine goes down, that's almost certainly a save here, so Epsilon, they're going to try and make something happen. One pushing from the short position. And Cosmine is going to try to take a fight, not going to win it. Rixo picks up his second of the round on the AWP.
Definitely save territory now. I wouldn't go for it. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. But hoping for some exits here, potentially. So that could possibly play into Trick's hands, depending on how the fight goes here. Surreal poking around a little bit and hoping he's going to find somebody towards TV room. Somehow the timing lets him escape, but Zach with a very nice shot. So they should be able to hang on to those guns. You were mentioning that Tricked are playing quite old school CS. Do you think they studied at the School of Hunden?
Well, I mean, they are a Danish team, and the Danes do tend to favor very, very strict, and very rarely do they actually go for, aim-based CS. So I suppose Hunden, I mean, he is a god, so there's a very good likelihood.
One of the oldest old gods, I would say. And Camille, yes, you are dumb. But we love you nonetheless, mate.
Who can't love Camille? Except for G-Max and Beetle
and Sargon.
And Sargon. And Smuya taking a super aggressive peek there, nearly getting punished for the second round in a row. As Robin, he's going to try and shoot. He doesn't actually have a shot on anybody there, kind of blind. Insa himself also not looking best as he's getting shot from the back there. But Surreal, once again, playing very, very aggressive around the ramp area here. And this does allow Epsilon to get a bit of early information, but Lukey's already actually pushed himself into the window. Does look as though Epsilon is aware of it, though.
Yeah, they're playing fairly tentatively, and that flash towards middle and allowed a lot of damage to be traded with Trick there. No kills found yet, and there's still plenty of time on the clock here. So depending on who finds the next couple of picks, we could see the round swing either way here. Epsilon definitely with the HP advantage, one would say. Yeah,
to say the least. I mean, it's only two players, and they are AK, so he's a bit of a... Oh, now they certainly have the advantage. Lukey does go down, try and take an ill-advised peek there, as it does look as though Tricked is going to make the hit onto the B side. And Epsilon, they do suspect something, but I don't think they're in the position yet. Zach is going to take off very, very wide angle. He's actually not going to get hit by Rixo there. That could be a big, big problem for the Epsilon boys, as Snedker does now have the angle on Zach, and that'll be Zach going down. Smuya is low HP. He's going to have to take a very, very aggressive peek if he wants that to work.
Oh, Robin getting a nice kill there. It could have gone wrong. 2v3 at the moment. Still in hand here, possibly for Trick, but they need that bomb plant desperately, and the bomb in a difficult position to recover here. But curiously, Epsilon giving them quite a lot of space to go for it. And Console gets himself a kill, gets the second as well, and it's all of a sudden it's a 1v1. Surreal got the HP, and he does have an inkling of where this player might be. But he could get caught off guard here. It just all depends on the timings here, on the angles. This is a game of geometry as CSGO, and he could be walking right into his crosshair, and he does. Console takes him down. Second round for Trick. That was Epsilon's round to lose.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just really that that last half a second thought there by Surreal that there might be a player in the side. Didn't check early enough, and unfortunately getting wrecked as he jumped through the window. I mean, you can't really blame him there. He's got to make, split-second decisions, and unfortunately they don't work out for Epsilon this time, and they are in fact on a buy, and that was the big worry here. They did save in the last round, but didn't actually have much of a bank to save themselves from tricked spies.
Indeed. Hey, Marin, good to see you, man. No guitar tonight. We're doing serious stuff. This is ESEA main Europe. Got to put on the serious face. Can't break out the guitar. That could be questionable on a professional stream. What do you think, Prof?
It depends on what kind of music you're playing. If you're playing an ode to sadness, then maybe.
Oh,
gets.
Well, we see the kills coming in there. There should be some pretty favorable trades. Still surprising that Epsilon are doing this much damage, actually, considering Tricked have got the overwhelming weapon and armor advantage.
Yeah, Tricked is, I mean, losing 2 players I don't think is going to be a massive issue. You ideally not like to lose any more than that, so I think if they can get out here with 3, they'll be quite happy. Epsilon didn't really buy anything except pistols, so big plus for them to just keep a bit of control on Tricked's money. And I think Tricked, one of their players that went down was the AWP, so they didn't recover the AWP in the last round either. So Surreal, there's a bit of damage here to Snedker. They do have to get out of position. You can actually see that Smuya has positioned himself to get a couple of exit frags, and he could do a lot of damage here with his pistol.
Could potentially. And there is actually a kill that comes in for Smuya.
And he picks up the AK. Very, very well played.
Handy, very handy, and he should be able to get the AWP here from one of his teammates as well, looking at the money. Yeah, Zach will throw the AWP over, so it's going to be 4 for Epsilon, 3 for Tricked, and this round could it actually be 4 all, or it could be Epsilon maybe extending their lead a little bit. Tricked in the last couple of rounds looking considerably better than we saw earlier on.
Yeah, Cosmene's actually got no utility despite having 3,300. That could be a bit of a problem if he doesn't realize that in time, and it's nothing he can do about it now. So yeah, Epsilon on very, very low HP despite winning, or having money to buy a couple of extra pieces.
Could he be the water boy for Smuya? The guy's going to buy the AWP if they lose the round.
That's certainly a potential possibility, but I mean the rest of the team has no money to buy. Would you really just buy a naked AWP at that point? I can't see the reason behind that.
No, I don't see it either. I'm just trying for some wild speculation, Smuya with the reputation, of course.
Yeah, he does have a bit of rep.
But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Don't know the guy. He could be an amazing dude, so let's not go that way at all. And nobody dead yet. 58 seconds left, and Epsilon very low as you mentioned on the utility, but they haven't really had much reason to use it. Tricked not really forcing any utility out of their opponent here.
Yeah, Tricked not actually taking a lot of map control at all. Now they're pushing in, but it is fairly late for the kind of push that are being made, and the AWP comes through. Smuya wrecking Rixo. That'll be his opposite number. As Surreal is boosted up there, might be able to get a spot here as it is just a shooting gallery.
Just knocks him over easily. Smuya under a bit of pressure, but only 2 players left alive. Very nice shot from Snedker, though. And they've got the barest hint of a lifeline here. He needs to find this kill. Does find a beautiful headshot. Snedker doing big work here.
Oh, Console also. Great kill there on Smuya.
Oh! And Snedker again, 1 HP and a dream. He's going to get the bomb plant here. Could get sprayed down, potentially. He peeks him wide and gets dropped by Surreal. That was all sorts of balls on both of those players. No HP and both going for the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Snedker had much of an option there. Unfortunately, he had to take the fight, or he gets spammed through the box, or he gets hit with the molly. So, I think he made the best possible decision there. Just unfortunately didn't hit the one shot that he had to. Took a decent fight as well because he waited until Surreal started spraying, but Surreal with the spray transfer, just enough damage to finish off the guy on 1 HP. And
yeah.
Trick finally forcing up.
Yeah, the buy under a little bit of pressure, as you mentioned. 2 CZs, but they do still have the AWP and 2 AKs. Plenty of utility as well to get themselves in there. And this is a pretty crucial round because Epsilon could potentially get reset here. Tricked on the other end could also be dropped into the doldrums of economic deprivation if they lose this round as well. So 5 to Epsilon, 3 to Tricked. And this is one of those important rounds that's going to determine a lot in terms of how the flow of round wins to either team goes in this half.
Yeah, I mean, the problem here is that Epsilon's got a fairly good read on this, so Trick's just basically running into multiple crossfires at the moment. 4 players for Epsilon on the side. Trick is just going to get modded out, and that pretty much scuppers your execute right there. Can't do a whole lot of anything. And Epsilon...
Oh, through the smoke!
Ouch.
Knows the angle nicely. Should get another here as well. Lukey getting some nice entries. Surreal finally trading and getting a second as well. 3-on-1 here. Tack with a lot of work to do and nothing but a UMP to do it with, and he's not going to be able to insta killing him there.
Yeah, well, I mean, Trick obviously threw my words straight back into my mouth because I have no idea how the hell they won that fight. Epsilon just losing the first player through the smoke and then the rest of them just falling apart. Not really able to hit the shots. A little bit of damage done there by Surreal, but not enough to keep the entirety of Trick from just overrunning the site. Very, very well played there by the Danes. Very good shots landed as well to give themselves those chances.
Yeah, Epsilon now dropped to pistols. Those Deagles can do some damage if they can find the shots. And how many rounds? Ooh, geez, I really thought Robin should have hit that, but somehow it doesn't. How many rounds do you think Trick would want you on the T side to feel comfortable?
I mean, I don't know how good their CT side is, which obviously is going to inform how well it needs to go for the T side. But I mean, I think on average, probably around 7, 6. If you're a really, really strong CT side, you could maybe get away with 5. But ideally, you'd want about 6 to give yourself the barest chance there. I think on the defenders.
Indeed, so Trick still playing it slow. They don't go for a ton of map control, as you mentioned. Insta in a fairly good position yet to maybe catch off a player and looks the wrong way for a second there. Meanwhile, all that pressure towards ramp, they're going to be smoked out for the moment, hoping to maybe find a lucky spam through the smoke.
Yeah, and Insta going to get wrecked in the connector. That does mean that Trick does have a problem. They're all coming from one area, so if Epsilon is going to hit their shots, they could do some huge damage. Smoothie gets the first one. Surreal is going to have to do as much as he can. He only gets 1 though. Console picking up 2. Lukey trading out Surreal, and that means Cosmin with the AWP and Robin with the scout.
The flank.
Oh, what a fantastic flank there from Cosmin.
And that should be it, one would think. Snedka, 9 HP. He's shown some amazing first bullet aim, but it's not going to be enough. Somehow Epsilon turning that round on its head. Absolutely didn't think they had a chance there. But as you said, Trick just filtering through a single choke point and making it relatively easy for Epsilon in the end.
I mean, Cosmin with a hero play there at the end does really turn things around. I think if he doesn't get that first kill at least, Trick probably does win the round. The Scout and the AWP were not really the best retake weapons for that situation. I mean, opposite ends of the map, so they did have the smallest chances, but I think Cosmin does deserve huge plaudits for getting that first kill.
Indeed, 6-4 here. Epsilon still with the slimmest of leads. Tricked. Well, the money is pretty slim on their side as well, forcing up with 3 pistols and 2 rifles, hoping that they can keep the pressure on Epsilon here and not allow their economy to get out of hand.
Well, I mean, this was a similar buy to what won them the last round, although that was predicated on hitting some very, very good shots, and I don't know if that's the most easily replicable style of play. So Epsilon should be pretty good. Surreal, okay, MP9 in a round that they could be buying.
Guess he was hoping for a save there. Smoothie going to knock him over eventually. Lukey making hard work of it, but does get the entry. Difficult now, and it's going to be even more difficult when they're spraying you down like that. Cosmin getting himself 2 there. Great work from Epsilon. And if you are just joining us, this is ESEA main out of Europe. And it's Epsilon, a largely British lineup. Don't let the Swedish flag fool you. And Tricked the Danes, taking a tactical pause now, I guess, because they're taking a bit of pain in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, I mean, the second force man just didn't work, so they'll be probably taking this eco. I can't see them doing anything else. It's rare that you're going to see another force up here. Tricked hasn't looked fantastic on the pistol, so I don't think they have any real reason to try anything funny. Maybe just pick up a flash or a smoke, allow themselves to get in and try to get a plant. They haven't hit a lot of the B site. Maybe not very confident on that small site. But I do think that perhaps this round they could maybe sneak in there with a bomb plant and just get it down. Probably will end up dying, so give Epsilon the 8 in the round win. But nope, straight Glocks, all down mid. We know what's going to happen, boys. Here comes the meat grinder.
Oh, the Glock train gets smacked down instantly there by Smoothie. It's going to be really tough for them, but they are actually getting a little bit of damage, and as I say that, never mind. Wrecked.
Grinder just took a little while to warm up there, I think.
Yeah, a little bit slow in gathering momentum, but gathering momentum it did, and stopping the train in its tracks. 8-4 now, Epsilon showing a clean pair of hills to Tricked.
Yeah, Epsilon, I mean, they've won the half, so Trick is going to do as much as they can. Once again, back onto the 5 AK by Trick, so doesn't seem to be as much of a primary AWP as first appeared. Quite happy to pick up the AK, which is a little bit rare. You don't often see AWPers as happy to move on to a rifle.
Beautiful self-flash there, well done. But it does happen, of course, so... No aspersions cast upon his skill, but... Always funny when that happens sometimes. And that nade doing a nice bit of damage there in connector. Quite an interesting angle to throw it, actually. So, does do a bit of chip damage to Robin.
Yeah, just trying to clear out the little cubby in the connector area.
This could be interesting. I think he might find the angle here, actually. And fully flashed. Still does huge damage to Lukey. Robin also dropped somewhat lower. So, damage being exchanged here, but Trick not coming out the better of it.
Yeah, and I mean, once again, low on utility, so it's going to be very, very difficult to execute if they do want to go. It seems as though they're going to try collapse onto the B side. That's where they got most of the players. But at this point, no, it's going to be an A play. So Inter is going to be the man holding the connector. He's going to get the kill. He is going to get the kill into Surreal. That should be the play and the call now. So Epsilon split in 2, and if Trick can make this happen, they're going to hit 4 players onto the A side now.
I just noticed my netcraft's been open the entire time because I'm a potato. Sorry. It does happen. Smoothie ain't a potato, he's dropping fools. Gets himself a kill on console there. 4-on-4, but geez, the HP is looking bad on both sides. And 20 seconds on the clock, it's going to be really difficult. Smoothie somehow finding the shot there in the nick of time. And Robin, he's got the ultimate flank here. Gets himself 2, cleans it up beautifully, all on Insta with 4 HP. And he probably shouldn't even face this with the HP that he's got. Still gets a kill nonetheless. How did that happen?
Well, not like that.
Not like that. I'm confused as to how that actually went down.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, what happened is Trick just couldn't clear all the angles in time, and Robin, with a very well-timed push, ends up killing them all as he, I think he was sitting in firebox, and Tricked. I mean, that is the one problem, is if you can execute late with very little utility, your options for clearing every spot are minimal. And they just didn't happen to clear out the firebox. So Epsilon, they pushed to 9, and Tricked is now in real danger of giving themselves a very, very difficult task on the CT side here.
It's always interesting casting teams from different regions, and of course these are some European teams. We can see what they can do here. And Snedke not going to be able to do too much. Gets stepped by Robin. Smooya roasted a little bit, but they've got a good advantage at this point. Robin should be able to find himself a little bit more here. And it's all over there very quickly. Epsilon drawing their lead out even further.
Yeah, they are looking fantastic at the moment. And Smooya, with the constant opening kills, means the Trick can never really get going. You can see that none of the players is looking that fantastic. Snedke, I mean, got a 3k in the one round, but outside of that, he's done a whole lot of nothing. And Smooya has been pretty dominant this half. I think Epsilon in general has looked fairly good. Outside attack, but I mean, he hasn't had a lot to do, as Trick has a massive version for the B side. Surreal, once again, aggressive, as backed up there by Smooya, so very...
Cool, there's a side breach coming in, and that second shot was disgusting for Cosmine, but there are 3 kills here for Tricked. 3v2 situation. Console should be able to get with the bomb plant pretty cleanly. Gets it down. Smoke's covering him, and somehow through the smoke, takes him.
Yeah, it's one of those horrible feelings where you're like, how does he pick that spot? Just spray through the smoke and hit me in the face. But, well, Epsilon getting into position. They must have seen Insta move out there, and you can see them both aggressively peeking in. Insta doesn't have the weaponry to take this fight, as Snedke does. They don't realize where he is, though, so he could actually make a huge play in the smoke here. He's going to get the first kill.
Oh.
No, he's going to miss it. And diffused in smoke, Epsilon picks up the 11th, and Tricked. Well, that is a very unfortunate way to lose the last round of the half, and they have... I wouldn't say a gargantuan task, but it's certainly larger than a mammoth at this point.
A little ruffle moment there with the cheeky little right-hand dropped flash that actually stops that in its tracks. No possibility of stopping the bomb planter there. And that very rarely works as well, which is quite funny to see it work that effectively. This player just sort of motorboating against the box, can't see a thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Trick now has it all to do. They have to win pistol if they want any shot of taking this game. Epsilon, though, given themselves a wonderful opportunity. And they'll go a little bit differently. 1 smoke, 2 flashes. Actually, no. Smoke and a molly comes out on Robin there. So that's seen a little bit more play these days is the molly in the first pistol round. Fantastic way of defending against a player trying to get a crazy clutch with quick defuse. So
the anti-sparkles measure, one would say, I guess.
Something like that,
If you really want to. So I was going to go with a bigger word, and then I suddenly realized I'm not even sure I understand what this means. So abort, abort, abort.
Too late, though. I mean, the one problem with picking up of the molly in the first round is that teams have adapted to picking up a smoke at the same time. So throw the molly, pop the smoke, and defuse in the smoke as well. And unfortunately, Glocks are not the best. Oh, someone's messed up.
Oh, that didn't go so well. Yeah, I think the smoke did get messed up. Here comes the sight breach. Snedker showing his great first bullet aim. Gets himself the first kill, but does get dropped there. 3-on-3 at the moment. Rixo, I thought he was maybe going to bump into that player in the smoke. Gets a beautiful shot and a follow-up as well on the player close. Probably shouldn't have gotten that, but he got it nonetheless. And Robin now dancing around in the smoke here, and he's not going to find much at all. Rixo there, the hero of the round, quad kill.
Yeah, and he's going to get himself the defuse as well, so making certain that he picks up the MVP. But yeah, all on that cat play, and I don't know where that smoke was meant to go. I think it did land correctly. The way it looked like it landed, it was correct. Unfortunately, Epsilon just didn't spot him in time, and he picked up a couple of good kills there. And
looked a bit wonky though, didn't it? It
did look a bit
sort of
wonky,
bounced weirdly.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the rest of the team there, 2 guys trying to push him through smoke, I don't really know if that was the best idea in the world.
Yep, going for the 200 IQ Stewie 2K smoke criminal, whatever you want to call it, play, and it didn't work out at all. Now bunching up towards top mid, going for the run boost, but Snedker is here to receive him with open arms. And he's going to do exactly that there. He's pretty low though. Only 1 player traded out yet. Oh, and there's the flank coming in. So they do lose 2. That's not the worst eventuality there for Trick, but probably more than they would have wanted to drop considering how easy it was early on there.
Yeah, and I mean, that buy there from Epsilon is a little bit more, I'd say a little bit more modern, in that you can actually see they do pick up a couple of P250s, and I think there was, or was it 5 P250s? Either way, I mean, at least buying something, whereas Tricked went with that ultra-hard eco where they basically bought nothing but Glocks. So, Epsilon, I think, at this point, they got a much less utility than Trick does, or had, so they're going to need to make it count, as Tricked, playing 2 players a lot more aggressively on the B side than Epsilon was running, and I mean, could come back to bite them if the exits come through. Nope, Rixo's going to get the first one. That is Smoothie going down.
And it was fully flashed as well, so holding the angle beautifully, and Robin, another nice kill through the smoke there for an Epsilon player.
Yeah.
Making a theme of it.
I think that jump there by Rixo was actually what did him in.
Yeah, he jumped into a headshot there, didn't he?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Gave his position away as insert. He's gonna miss a shot that he should have had. Cyril picks up a very, very good kill there, and that leaves Tricked in a rather terrible position. They've got 1 player pushed deep into the B side, so they do know that B is clear at the moment. Console, had he continued that spray, could have been an easy kill. And Epsilon might have made the wrong gamble. They're going to walk straight into Snedker here. Can he do anything? No, he can't. The MP9 not available. And the AK certainly has his number. It's now all up to Console in the side. He's going to get the first. He's
big work.
Second.
Big work from him. Yeah, and he's got 3 bullets. Not daring to reload in case he gets peeked at the wrong moment. And look at this flank. This could work out perfectly for Cosmin. He just needs to find a pixel here to work with. And there's another flank. The teams are flanking each other at the same time. How crazy is this? But Tack, they're showing a very nice entry into the site. It just depends on the last player left alive here, Lukey. Is he going to find a favorable engagement to make this clutch possible? Doesn't spot the player. Is he playing 4-3 maybe? Gets the first kill in a 1v1 now. Tack hears him drop down. Playing it slowly here, carefully, and carefully taps away there. Doesn't allow him to go for the full defuse in case he had a kit, so playing that situation perfectly is the Epsilon player.
Yeah, very, very well played there by Tack at the end, but a good entry as well to get that kill onto, I believe it was Insa who was holding at the truck, and I mean, without that single bullet, I don't think they win that round, so Tack He's set himself up well, tricked on very, very low money, and it's not looking good. 2 players without really any utility, an AWP and a single rifle. So Tricked has to make this work, or otherwise Epsilon is well on their way to taking an easy win here.
Something to mention, of course, about Tricked is what a breeding ground they have been for top-level pros in the Danish scene. Players like Yugi and ESEA, Nico have actually come from this lineup, so these could be some of the stars of the future, and at the moment they're taking a bit of pain at the hands of Epsilon. Meanwhile, Console getting himself in an early entry there, Snedka and co going for some aggression towards ramp as well, and this aggression's paying off so far.
Yeah, it's a 2-on-4, and unfortunately Epsilon are not looking in the best of chances. They do have Smuya, who has been their primary player today. Cyril's upgraded his weapon, so they do have a chance. Are they going to make a play towards the B site? They will, and unfortunately Trick doesn't really have a player in position to deal with this, as it's just Rixo, but they could walk directly into his crosshairs, and that is an easy frag for him in the end. He's going to take out Cyril, not going to bank on the second player being there, and Smooth's actually going to trade up to the AWP. That's interesting. Not really the best defensive weapon in a 1v3. You'd ideally like something that can fire off a bit quickly. He's going to have to get aggressive here.
Oh, spots the one player. I think Smuya backing his ability with the AWP, because he is really good at getting those shots off quickly, hitting the crazy flicks. And these 3 players coming together, they're aware that they need to peek him together, and it doesn't work out still. Smuya gets the first kill there. 2v1 at the moment. If they had a
stop
kit...
up the molly though.
Oh yeah, the molly does not work out, and the shot through the smoke does happen. If they had a kit there, I was just thinking they could have probably gotten the full defuse without any response there from the Epsilon player. But I happen to be wrong, as I am about many things, like leaving it on left-handed view models and leaving the net graph up. Things like that. I'm wrong sometimes.
Why do you use left-handed?
Something about the right side of the brain and theories and stuff that I don't quite understand.
No.
Trick now on 7, Epsilon on 12, and Epsilon's money finally reduced here, just down on the pistol's armor on only 1 player. So it should be money in the bank, so to speak, for Trick, but you can't count out those deagles.
No, you can't, but I mean, Epsilon doing the same. Well, I would say it's a Trick, but Trick tried it in the first half, and the meat grinder works just as well on either side of the map, whether you're Danish or Swedish or British.
Indeed.
Seems to work just fine.
Nice and easy there, and drawing 1 closer towards Epsilon is Tricked. The Danes building a little bit of economy there, because let's face it, before that they didn't have a tremendous amount of money to work with, and still don't really. So there is opportunity here for Epsilon to break them.
Yeah, they are in danger. I think if they lose this round, they will have to force up. So if Epsilon is aware of how the money is working, Robin seems to really enjoy his Mac 10s. I mean, he must know that Trick has better buys right now than what he's going to be running into with a Mac 10.
Only 1 player without a helmet, so it's going to be tough for him. This angle from Lukey could work really well. Gets himself 1. Rixo, meanwhile, also gets a kill. Smuya with the trade. And Insta should get the easy kill into the back of Robin there. Rixo under a lot of pressure here from Smuya, though, and he needs his teammates. Or does he? Does it all on his own.
Cyril is in a 1v3. Can he do it? I don't think he can, though. He's up against an AWPer and 2 kits. Doesn't have the bomb in his control, so yeah, I mean, Cyril, he's got it all to do, but this is not going to go his way.
Gotta think Snedka with the flank here is going to be able to do something, one would think.
I mean, Trick doesn't need to do a whole lot of anything. They can just hold the angles and make Cyril's life virtually impossible. Rixo holding inside of the AWP, Console and Snedka on either side of Rixo. So yeah, I mean, Cyril, he has to get a kill if he wants anything to go right. It's not going to happen.
Gets put to bed, neatly tucked in, and given a kiss on the forehead there by Console.
Yeah.
Very gentle.
But more of a chicken peck.
Chicken peck, a beak face. A beak face kiss. 9-12, Trick drawing ever closer here. Epsilon down to pistols yet again. A bit more of a force buy than before with some armor, and they've got a little bit of utility, so you'd think there's some kind of execute coming here towards the B-bomb side.
2 of the players didn't buy armor though, so just making certain. Actually, they've bought. I mean, okay, so 4th round losing winner, so that makes a bit more sense. Cosmine actually seeing a little bit more. Maybe he is going to be the one purchasing the AWP since he didn't even buy armor.
You okay there, Prof?
A little bit.
You're gonna live, but Surreal is gonna make sure Snedkid doesn't live before he gets put down. That was a bit of a strange sequence of kills there.
Yeah. Epsilon, that was an interesting one. Almost like feels like they actually had a late split there. About to push out for 3. Cosmine's going to go down now, and that'll be the end of that. So they'll try and make something happen here through the connector area. Smooya will get himself into the ladder room. There's nobody to play with though, so it's a bit of a rough one as Epsilon is going to try B-Rush Mark 2. Is it going to be as effective as Mark 1? Probably.
You mean minimally?
Well, I mean, effective doesn't mean it succeeded. As Insta's going to go down. That's actually a fantastic kill there. Smoozer, that means that the console is in a 1v3 on site. He's going to go down now to Robin, so it's a 1v2.
2v2 actually.
Yeah, it's the 2 players with armor. And Smooya no longer has armor or a life, as Robin sets himself up well, but Lukey doesn't know where he is, and that should be more than enough for him to get the kill.
Jeez, that got dicey though, considering the advantage that Trick had in terms of weaponry and armor. So Epsilon doing well to get the plant and almost getting into the situation where they could have won the round. And, you know, 46 HP more in terms of hitting your enemy, maybe they could have.
Yeah, I mean, especially because I think... did the Epsilon player have an AK there, or I think he had an M4? I can't remember. I think it was an AK, so I mean, if he'd hit the first bullet, Trick loses that round. I mean, they still had money to buy, as you can see in this round, but it would have been a bit sketchy.
I like the little traffic jam going on there in T-spawn there from Epsilon. Surreal pushing through the smoke here. He could find himself a kill. Very nice flash. And the AWP around it, all kinds of pressure, and he's going to get put down with a free fire. Great opening there from Epsilon.
Yeah, fantastic opening there from Epsilon. So Trick now has it all to do. They're trying to get aggressive here on the short position. Snedko just pushing a little bit more aggressively than he... I mean, I wouldn't say than he should, but yeah, he's heard that. Okay, so they know what's up, and that'll explain or let Trick know. And he's not going to hit the kill, is Snedka. That was a big problem, but he does, in fact, get some help from Insta there. And Epsilon, 3v3, can potentially do it. Trade up once again. So TV2 Cosmine, though, taking an ill-advised fight, and that will go down. So Zach is in a 1v2. I don't see him winning this. His console will clean him up in the end.
Yep, opens the console, deletes him off the server, does he? And brings it within 1 year. Tricked on 11, Epsilon on 12. And what was looking like a very commanding lead here for Epsilon has gradually been eroded to the point that it's minimal.
Yeah, Epsilon has looked a little bit weak on their T side. I think they've tried more variations, but their variations have been a little bit less effective. Certainly at the eye test. I mean, Trick has hit some good shots, but Epsilon just doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of anything, and certainly Smooya without the AWP seems a lot less effective.
I've got to say, Lukey doing really well, quietly doing really well, because we haven't seen the huge highlights from him as Snedka goes down through the smoke yet again to Smooya.
Console going to try the same thing. Does he succeed?
I don't know if peeking that angle is such a great idea at the moment. Smooya going to go in on him, catches him with a nade in the hand as well. So Smooya taking it on his back here and takes the AWP in the chest. Meanwhile, Lukey taking a fight here, which could have helped to even up the numbers there, but just misses the timing ever so slightly. Exchanges a bit of damage, but the advantage still very much with the terrorists.
Rixo, that's actually a very, very good jump there. So Robin is not... He's going to make his way out of trouble there. As Insa picks up Zeril and will be instantly traded there by Cosmine. So unfortunately, Tricked are going to have to hope that the flank from the T-spawn works out here, because Rixo is going to get caught out there. So it's all up to Lukey. He gets the first kill, but giving his position away means that Epsilon can adapt very, very quickly. And they're going to plant very safe. And I can't see Tricked winning this. AWP, low HP, M4 against 2 AKs. They're going to need to hit a nutty shot here in the next 5 seconds at the very least.
Or maybe get a nade kill or something like that to even things up. But almost feels to me like they should maybe be looking to save. Just looking at the HP here, 11 and 40, 51 between the two of them. And they are going to give it up here. Very good work from Epsilon not to face there as well, because if they had given up maybe a free kill, it could have been possible for Trick doing the smart thing and turning tail and running.
Yeah, and it's a dicey buy as well for Trick in the next round, so taking the best option, make certain that you can get as much out as possible. Probably the best idea there is Epsilon. I mean, even winning there doesn't look fantastic for them. They can get AKs, but actually no. It's only Smooya that's really low on utility. Once again, Cosme not buying out utility.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't want to have anything to do with it. All he does is pop heads in his mind. Star player mentality. Who knows? And for Fat Cakes, I love you too, mate.
That's very confusing. Why does Cosme not buy?
It's very strange. I'm gonna try come up with
Shouldn't annoy
Evo.
me as much as it does.
Oh, Surreal
Insa?
gets the kill there, does he? But he's gonna get rounded here from the other players. And the falling shot from Snedker, that could have been risky. He could have caught a headshot there.
Very well could have. Epsilon trying to make a quick play of this, pushing down the middle area. And they are going to rush the A site, knowing that if there's 3 players towards B, that means that A is very, very lightly defended. It's only console. He's sitting in CT spawn. He's going to spot the first player. He's not going to win that fight. Cosmin, with the jumping shenanigans, picks up the kill. And all of a sudden, Trick is in a horrible situation as they try to retake here.
Ooh, Snedker getting the crucial trade there. That got a little bit dicey. 2v2 at the moment. The fire is going to go into Firebox. There's a reason it's called that. Smooya gets dropped. And the star player out of the picture here. And Rixo with the AWP doing some good work to make that retake work for Trick. So they're going to take the round and draw us within 1 again. This game ever so close so far.
Yeah, that was a lot easier than it should have been for Trick there.
Yeah, it did feel like it. Can you imagine how Cosmin might have done had he had a smoke or a flash or something just to block
He did have
off?
a smoke. He started the round with a smoke, immediately threw it, and then bought nothing else. Imagine if he had 2 flashes and a molly.
It could have worked. He could have helped them off there towards CT, but 4 goes it, gets himself a kill, and not much else. The round there for Tricked. And Epsilon lacking in the money department again. Yet we've seen them do pretty well with pistols so far, and 2 deagles here could work out for them.
Yeah, and then this round Cosmin buys armor and just don't understand.
Makes no sense. That does make
Smooya?
sense though.
Yeah. Duck hunt. Rixo is more than up to the task. He's been practicing his clay pigeons.
Pull.
Yeah.
Up it goes. Down it comes in pieces. That's the bomb as well. They've got sight of the bomb early on. It seems crazy for the guy jumping across to be carrying the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, Epsilon, I don't think have much hope going into this round. You can look at the buy, and then that should give you some indication.
It should inform your thinking, yeah.
Yeah. Got 2 players. Looks like they're going to try to boost somebody into the window, but unfortunately Trick is well ahead of them on that point. Insa's already spotting. And Trick playing a very, very passive A-hold here. Actually interesting that they play such a passive A-hold, but a fairly aggressive B. A couple of times now where they've actually pushed fairly aggressively into the apps, try and get early information or just try and stymie any sort of Epsilon plays.
Quite a
Robin?
contrast to their T side where they just ignored the existence of B.
Yeah, that was, must say, it is interesting that on CT side it's more, given more focus than on the T side. Somehow Robin wins that fight against Insta. I have no idea how. And alright. Epsilon. Snedker. Sneaky. He's going to pick it up in the end there.
Easy as you like. I was having a little bemused laugh there at Auto Director where it decided, no, we didn't actually need to see those kills after all.
Yeah, Auto Director does become a potato at the worst possible time.
It does indeed. Let's hope nobody on the server becomes a potato at the worst possible time, because we are tied at 13 all and everybody needs to give their all show up here. So of course the possible victory, the bragging rights, all of that is on the line here. Console spraying through the smoke and not doing that much damage. Mid control coming out from Epsilon.
And Robin once again on a Mac 10, even though he's got 1,000 gold in the bank. And Insert trying to run through smoke and get shot in the head by Cyril.
Ooh,
So
that angle and then the flick. That was some great work there from Rixo.
yeah, fantastic play there by the AWP, and he's done a world of damage to Epsilon's chances of winning this round. Robin, he's going to try to take fights at range with a Mac 10. I don't see how well that's going to go. As soon as he decides to walk out onto that short area, probably going to get wrecked.
Now the aggression towards B apps again working out fairly nicely there for Tricked. Playing the retake pretty much seems to be their approach here on A, and Epsilon are going to sneak in here, should get themselves the bomb plant if they can get the bomb over in time, because of course that bomb is a long way away from the players that actually have control of the site. And it could be quite a scary prospect that there's maybe a player hiding in T-spawn or something like that.
Especially because Epsilon has no control of mid, so if Tricked is going to make a good, a strong play through the connector here, they've only really got Robin to do any damage to Trick's chances. And with 2 players, he's going to have to get a very, very good spray because Lukey's also going to be pushing through that area. They've actually got 3 players spotting through mid.
Oh, that nade should do some damage. Oh, it doesn't. There's the kill traded, but they can't even really cross here with impunity. Somehow gets the shot nonetheless. Didn't need a smoke after all. And
Molly's going to miss.
Oh, really? I'm just disappointed for them with that one.
Yeah, there's been a couple of odd utility misses here. But Zack and Surreal don't really have the HP advantage at this point. Rixo, of course, on the AWP means that no matter what happens, if he hits a shot, he's probably winning it.
2v2 at the moment. Zack dancing around. Yes, Surreal gets a kill. Zack gets the other one, and that's it. And you got to lay the blame a little bit there at the feet of that miss Molly. That should have been the round when there was the Molly, and it failed.
That was a huge failure there. I mean, somehow Epsilon won a 3v4?
Shouldn't have happened. I mean, even the player crossing shouldn't have happened. But Zack, showing his skill, drops the player on the cross and gets himself the entry into the site. Shouldn't have worked, but it does. Epsilon draw 1 ahead here. Again, ever so close, and some aggressive mid-control coming out from Trick, hoping to push up and maybe find themselves a kill. And you can see that bomb trying to get out of dodge there. Ooh, Smooya drops Snedke there, jumps into the crosshair, and it's a headshot. Gets the other kill as well. Smooya just going crazy here and trying to seal the victory here for Epsilon.
Yeah, and Trick, unfortunately, that kill will signal the fact that it is save time. Epsilon is very, very well placed to win their second Mirage of the leg, and Trick is going to be, well, 4-3 at this point if they can't win the last 3 rounds. But Epsilon looking very, very good here.
Do you recall Trick being at the center of that transfer controversy where they didn't want to let go of Yugi and they were asking for some insanely exorbitant amount of money for it?
Wasn't it? I think he was 150,000. They were saying at a stage they wanted to sell Yugi for 150,000. I mean, given how well Yugi plays at the moment,
it makes sense. But back then, it didn't really make sense, did it?
Especially because he was. I mean, I wouldn't say a no-name, but outside of Denmark, I'd say he was a no-name.
Yeah, so an interesting little tidbit for you guys. They tricked a breeding ground for good Danish players. As to how good these players might be, we don't really know. But Rixo showing some pretty good work with the AWP so far. Lukey also looking good there on 23 kills. On the other side, Smooya living up to his name. Top fragging for his team. Robin also contributing nicely as well. Yeah,
Robin's done pretty solidly, even though his buying strategy triggers the fuck out of me. But we'll leave it at that.
Fatcake's asking, is main full-time players? As far as I know, they are, and there's some kills being traded, and our good friend Auto Director not showing us any of them. Tricked in the advantage in the driving seat here, but there's Cosmine with the kill to bring it into a 3-on-3, and the weapon's not looking so good on Trick. Zack making sure Lukey's facial features aren't looking so good.
Snedke doing the same there with Zack, as Cosmine has got the better angle here on Snedke. He's going to push. Are they going to make a play for B? Snedke